Welcome back, Bulldog fans, to this week's episode of Bulldog Blitz. I'm Heath Conaway alongside co-host Paul Davidson, and this week we've got Assistant Coach Tyler Fowler joining us on the show. All right, we'll go recap last week against Malden, start of districts, and then we'll jump into District Week 2 against Charleston. Paul, give us a recap outline of last week.
All right, so last week against Malden, the opening round of districts on Halloween, we started off with one Evan Winsor. He was the first person getting any offensive yards, really. The sizable number. He got 23-yard reception that helped set up a drive that got capped off by a 20-yard touchdown run by Brody Warren to give Portageville an early 6-0 lead. You might be able to answer this question. On that PAT attempt, was that a intentional attempt for get over two, or was that a botched snap?
I think it's botched snap.
It turned out botched, okay, but it really looked like how it unfolded. Tight end released and immediately went in and was the only one in the end zone.
Yeah, he had a pass.
I was already talking to some of my defensive guys.
Just to be prepared, just be
prepared.
I got you.
Didn't even actually see
the actual play comes up. All right. Then after that, Deuce had a 22-yard run, a 13-yard run. Then we gave it to James Shalley, who had a 9-yard run that set up a 2-yard touchdown run by Deuce to make it a 14-0 game. Malden had some deep snapping issues. They had a botch snap on the Malden punt that helped to set up a 11-yard touchdown run by Jack Bell on a jet sweep, receiver kind of run play. Then we had Malden had a turnover on downs, and we broke out the shovel pass. The shovel pass to Parker Bad. We scored a 7-yard touchdown to make it a 29-0 game. Malden snap issues continued. That set up a 1-yard touchdown run by James Shalley to make it 36-0. Jack Bell, once again, had a 22-yard reception that helped set up a 22-yard touchdown by Deuce, making it 42-0. Deuce had a 20-yard reception. Jack Bell on the I'm so glad it was a touchdown, but it was the most frustrating pet play that I've ever watched.
It reminded me of the time Nathan Martin done that. He ran the ball one way, cut back, but he still got like the first down plus some.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I told Jack after the class, hey man, that was a great touchdown. Next time, just run and get the first down. I said that might not work next week. So,
but he broke that play. It was a broken play that he ran backwards and against the grain, but he was able to break off a 33-yard touchdown. It was exciting to make it a 48-0 game. Then we bring in the sledgehammer, James Shalley. He got another touchdown to make it a 54-0 game. Tanner Hopgood gets his, I believe, first varsity touchdown on a 1-yard touchdown scramble to make it 61-0. It's a shutout. Coach Red brought donuts for the players on Monday morning, I believe, just because they indeed got
second one this year. We had the shutout. I think it's a kind of tradition they've had since when Coach Penrod was here. So
I guess we just donuts for
carrying that tradition along. We had donuts for the Matthew and then donuts this week too. So.
No, really.
All right. So we've already established who you are, but if you don't mind telling us your name, your coaching responsibilities, and your teaching responsibilities.
Yeah, so I'm Tyler Fowler. I coach football, assistant football and assistant baseball. Been doing baseball it'll be my 5th year now, and 2nd year doing football. Then now I'm teaching JAG. This is my 2nd year. Started as a full-time sub last year. Before that, I worked for like 10 years at Pioneer up in New Madrid. I actually have a teaching degree. Got out of school, and actually in 2011, being a teacher was still kind of a cool thing to do.
Portageville alumni.
Yes, Portageville alumni, and just couldn't find a job. Got on at Madrid at Pioneers. I was like, I'll be there a year, no big deal. And then life happened. I got married to my wife, had a few kids, and then I was like, man, it was always in the back of my mind. I was like, I want to go back to teaching. I could make it happen. Then I started about 4 years ago helping with baseball and got that itch and got in with the school. And then opportunity came last year where the kind of money was kind of right. I had to take a pay cut to come back to what I wanted to do, but don't regret it at all. I love it here. It's the best decision I've made. Just happy to be here. So.
You're the second most on-demand man in the district. Jared Tittle's number 1, but the full-time sub, Tyler Fowler.
That's right.
Like the full-time sub, any district that has the luxury of having a full-time sub, that full-time sub is a full-time. They are doing something every single day.
What's the most you did in one day being a full-time sub? Was it just specifically for one class? Or
Most of the time, it was just specifically for like one class. There was a couple times where I was in 3 different classes in 3 different buildings. I did actually. I think they've had it before with Coach Kelsey Snyder did it. I think she was on just like middle school, high school, and I did like elementary. So one day I was like a kindergarten teacher. The next day I was Paul's sub in a senior class. So I had a blast. I was sad that they let it go because I really did. I had a blast. And I loved it. I got to go on all the field trips and drive the school bus to all the field trips too. So that was awesome. They actually had doing budget cuts. That was one of the positions that they cut. But thankfully, I guess they like me enough to keep me around. And I do JAGs now. So and I'm enjoying JAG. It's different. It's kind of a thing where I can use my past experiences from working at Pioneer to help these kids, be ready for the real world. If they're not going to, because what JAG does is it gets kids ready for, if they're not going to college, gets them ready to go out in the real world. Learn how to do resumes, learn how to do applications and do interviews, stuff like that. So I'm trying to prepare them, and with my background working at Pioneer, that helps. So.
Now, do you get with the English teacher and help type them resumes, or?
Well, I'm gonna tell them use ChatGPT. That's the best thing you can use right now. I mean, AI is the way the world's going, so use it if you got it. So, but yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
You did bury the lead, though. Like you mentioned your wife, but your wife is a certain particular person here at the Portageville School.
Yes, I am. She is the queen, I guess. She's the breadwinner, I guess. Miss Kelly Fowler. Everybody else calls her Kelly Penn, so I might as well too. So, but no.
As a teacher, you could appreciate this. I believe you even tried to contact me to see if we could trade concession stand duties one time.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. Well, I saw I saw Penn as a concession stand duty. I went to Kelly and I was like, hey, can we swap these 2 days? And she just kind of looked at me. So she's like, that's my mom. That's
everybody still refers to as Kelly Penn. So I don't see about it. So.
And you mentioned your football responsibilities, how you've been assisting with the coach. But you never really told us what specific positions you do and what is your role on the coaching staff.
So, yeah, I do. I'm a DB's coach, and on defense, and then on offense, I have receivers. Then I'm also the offense coordinator for JV. So that's a new one that Coach Bowell asked me to do this year, and I was really nervous at first and came to actually love it. So looking forward to, calling some more games next year. I try to pitch in where I can. Coach Peony does a great job with our offense. I just try to give him some, hints here and there. Sometimes you throw a suggestion out, it sticks.
Yeah.
But I just try to do whatever I can do to help the team, be the best they can be. So,
speaking of receivers, I believe the 2 players that we're going to have on this week, Mr. Kaydin Jones and Evan Winsor, are in your position group, maybe.
Evan is. Kaydin's more of a running back.
Okay.
He's Swiss Army knife. JV team.
The height just kind of threw me off.
We put Kaydin wherever need be at. So you got athletes like him. So
let's go ahead and bring our players on. So Mr. Evan Winsor and Kaydin Jones.
The Warlock.
The Warlock. Even though he doesn't really like the name.
The Warlock. It was him that coined it. Spinning.
Is that for the older brother? Or?
Well, the older brother, Alex, he was the wizard because he just makes catches. He will occasionally make some crazy, like how did that happen? Catches, especially as a DB, gets interceptions right here, and so we deem him as the Warlock. So, all right. So please tell us your name, your position, and your grade.
Well, Kaydin Jones played the end. Yeah, very much.
That's it. Just straight B.
Yes.
It's Evan Winsor, 11th grade. Receiver, tight end, safety, and DB.
Right. Just all-purpose player. You can be anywhere, huh?
Small school like ours, you got to be flexible.
So which side do you prefer to play, offense or defense? I'll ask Kevin first. How about?
Probably defense.
And why?
I feel like defense, the exciting plays that we're excited.
I got you. Able to read what's coming towards you and can anticipate. About you, Kaydin?
Well, defense as well.
Defense. You said defensive end?
Yes, sir.
So what's your favorite part about playing defensive end?
Probably because What's going to be locked on it? So that makes me stand.
Not that you get to hurt the quarterback.
Yeah, too.
All right, so y'all both said that you're defensive players. What's your favorite type of play that get called in and that you hear that you're running this particular scheme or you're running this particular play, and what's the play that you get called in and you're like, all right, I'm excited about playing this. I run this play.
I like squeeze. We do squeeze. Like when I first came, it was like my first kid. So
explain to the audience, because because we do have a lot of football novices out there, what a squeeze actually is.
So squeeze on the end, right? My main priority is to get the quarterback, blitz quarterback as fast as I can. And I was out there.
So how do you handle pressure that comes at you if, say, offside guards pulling or running backs coming at you? What do you
usually offside the guard? I probably go around them because I know I'm not going to
get swim moves?
Just swim move, running back. I try to board drill. I got you.
Helmet to helmet.
Just a good old board drill. Evan, what is the play you like to hear getting called?
On defense, it's pretty much the same at safety. I just have the deep middle. So it's not much different at safety.
You just got the long ball. Just don't let it happen.
Either middle field or, center fielder guy plays the balls and get 4 or 5 picks. So.
And you do occasionally get to play offense. Is there a particular play on offense that you watch?
Usually if I'm a receiver, I like go balls, or at tight end, I like corners probably better.
I said that catch that you had earlier or last week to start off the game. What was that a go ball that you were running?
That was a corner.
All right. And what is your favorite memory so far this season?
Myself, I probably picked up my first set and get it with big schools. So big moments.
Evan?
I'd probably say my first pick of the season against Heath.
That was a big one. I remember us kind of coming to the end of that. It was at the end of half too, wasn't it? It's a good way to close it.
Coach, so far for you, what's your favorite memory so far this season?
That's probably our actual first win, which happened just to be. I know we got a forfeit win versus Fluence, but like the win versus Charleston. No, just because it was not to get it was Charleston, but it was just we had struggled early on in the season, and we redid our defense. Like and that forfeit actually helped us. We got 2 weeks where we could,
4 weeks in, and we're changing up
we changed up
the whole board.
Yeah, we pretty much just erased the whole board. Said, hey, what we got to do here? How we got to stop? What we got to do to stop the run? What we got to do to stop the pass? And credit to our coach staff. We put our heads together, and we went back. We went to the 4-4 a lot of the time. And just went to like, hey, we're going to start hitting. We're going to hit. We're going to tackle. We're going to hit, tackle. And it's getting that first win, just seeing the stuff you implemented work out.
Right.
And that was, just a fulfilling thing. And it was Coach Bywill's first real win too. So that was big for him. He's a big buddy of mine, and I'm just proud of what he's done, what we're doing. So.
And that is a defense that the entire coaching staff is very intimately familiar with. That was the defense that all of us ran whenever we were in high school. So.
And I think that's the cool thing about our coaching staff. And there might be other places that have it, but like we're legit. All from Portageville. We all graduated from Portageville. We all played at Portageville. So we're bought in. We're not looking to leave. We're not looking to go anywhere else. We're like, we want to make this team and this town proud of our football team. So.
Players of the week. If y'all could give a shout out to, or if y'all could name somebody that was a player of the week that couldn't, it's not yourself, who would it be?
Yeah, I'd probably just say even memory get a lot of credit for everything that they do.
I'll probably say Malden too.
Same. Catch it. So the fat man up front.
Yeah, so big uglies up front. So Tay Bogan, correct. Eli Wheeler, Terrence Boyd, Brady Jeffries. Who else am I missing? Maxie Ordez. So big shout out to them. They did have a pretty good game last year.
We do go as they go. So everybody knows to come in there and come in and get us. We stop the run versus Portageville. So.
Hey, we talked last week about Smash Mouth football and how it's kind of a lifestyle and whatnot, but the linemen, you have to have that Smash Mouth football.
So what does that? We asked the guys last week, what does Smash Mouth football mean to y'all? Square them up. Man.
Play style.
Mean and don't.
Shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, give a shout out. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Jane for
James Shalley. All right, the sledgehammer.
I'd say probably Brody. He's probably the most match mouth kids. He's blocked some injury cliff.
I do.
It's like he even has that smash mouth attitude at lunch today. Like y'all were doing some bottle flip thing, and he was just getting very like into it, like and super smash mouth. And at that point, we were like, "All right, it's time to leave." Luckily, so, but he was like really pumped up about it. So.
Bottle flips, huh?
Oh yeah, that's still a thing. That's still. All right, so this week it's deja vu. It's Charleston
We've got to travel.
again. And in fact, unless Saxon Lutheran wins this week against Hayti, pretty much all of the districts here is repeat opponents.
It is. This time, though, we go to Charleston. We won't have a hurricane in our face.
Yes,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. There's nothing changes. With
there
weather.
was like a 60% chance of rain last week. I think it's moved off to Saturday, so we won't have to play
The meteorologist Bronner Richardson pointed out to me this morning that it is now in the morning, and so by kickoff it should be completely dry.
Should be dry. It's a common opponent. We've faced them earlier this year. It's our first big win of the season. We beat them 27-18. It's hard to beat a team like that twice that we played super close with. Now we're on their home turf. How do we? We had the victory back in week 5 with home field advantage. What we're going to do this week as we go to their home?
I mean, week 5 was so long ago, and I think both of our teams kind of evolved since then. They're running a different kind of scheme a little bit offensively, and our offense has just evolved. Run game's got better, passing game has progressively got better every week. We're just going to try to go in there and dominate the ball, take care of it. I think that's kind of helped us last time. It was a close game to probably the fourth quarter probably. And, we had the ball bounce our way a few times, and we took advantage of it, smashed it in the end zone to get the win. We just got to hope, win the turnover battle. We tackle, make the tackles when we need to. When they give us an opportunity to make the turnover, we take advantage of it too. So
you mentioned Charleston involvement a little bit. If you don't want to tip your hat, I completely understand. But what about their offense? Have you noticed is different compared to last time they faced them?
Last time they faced us, they came in here and I think they did what we said. And they're going to come in here and run heavy against us. We're going to run heavy against Portageville, which we were notorious for running all forever. So I think they might probably going to still do that some. They have a diamond package, kind of similar to ours that they've been playing out a little bit, and then they kind of spread it out too. You can try to spread it out to give it to their guys on the edges, the guys that can run quick, and try to hit us that way. But I feel like our outside backers and our D line's been working lately, and our linebackers been tackling well. I think we're set up for success. So.
It's always interesting with Charleston because with their setup of the type of athletes that they have in Charleston, you'd think that a spread offense, basketball and grass essentially would be kind of what would really tune to their success. But every time Charleston has had some success on the gridiron, it's been from more of a traditional, hard-nosed, ground and pound style. I remember last year, they had those defensive linemen.
Last year they had some hogs up front.
Yeah, they had those defensive linemen that were very tough.
They pretty much just got behind the big guys last year and got the field. I think the score was 38-12 or something we lost, but we had 9 fumbles.
I was
we were marching down the field every time we fumbled, and it was literally
each direction. And every time we were moving the ball, we were always in the face of the hurricane. We never had the hurricane at our back.
Yeah. If we would have won the toss and instead of elected to receive or defer, just picked which side of the thing we would have went with, I think we would have had a lot more success.
And that you credit to them though. They had a good game plan last year. They got behind those big dudes, and they busted a few on us. We got close in the third quarter, and then we fumbled our way out of the game. That's when you win the turnover battle, usually you win the game. So
yeah. Well, next week or this Friday or tonight around 6:50ish, we will be bringing you that game. We'll travel all the way up to the Blue Jays nest for you, so you don't have to go there. You can listen to us on 103.9 FM, 10:50 a.m. Sports Radio KMIS app, sportsradiokmis.com. All those you can listen to us for free. But if you want to pony up the money to pay Misha, we will be bringing the game via video on Misha TV. So if you want to pay for that, you can go with that. But if you want to be a cheapskate, which I can't blame you, go ahead and listen to us over the air and be an OG, be a real one, and listen to us on the radio waves.
That's right. Like my mom and my dad. But anyway,
All right. But until next time, I've been Paul Davidson.
I'm Heath Conaway.
Kaydin Jones.
And you've been listening to the Bulldog Blitz here on Sports Radio KMIS.